10 things INFJ absolutely cannot tolerate and why it matters. That's the title of this video. INFJ thrive on deep, meaningful connections and a sense of emotional truth. When someone is fake or wearing a mask, INFJ tend to notice instantly. Their introverted intuition allows them to pick up subtle cues. When someone isn't being honest about who they are or what they feel, INFJ often feel uneasy, even betrayed. This intolerance towards inauthenticity isn't about perfection, it's about honesty. INFJ respect vulnerability and truth, even if it's messy. False smiles and hidden motives drain their energy and trust. INFJ can usually see manipulation from a mile away, whether it's emotional blackmail, guilt tripping, or gaslighting. They despise it. Because INFJ are highly empathetic, they can easily fall prey to manipulative people, especially in early life before they learn to set firm boundaries. When they recognize manipulation, it triggers a deep protective instinct. They will either withdraw or confront, depending on the stakes, but they won't tolerate it for long. Now, the INFJ, they will not tolerate surface level relationships. Casual chit chat and relationships built on small talk or appearances quickly bore an INFJ. They seek depth, intimacy, and mutual understanding. They are less interested in how someone looks or what they do, and more interested in what drives them, what they fear, and what they dream about. This desire for deep bonds means INFJ tend to have few close friends but strong, meaningful connections. Shallow connections leave them feeling lonely, even in a crowd. The INFJ cannot tolerate hypocrisy. INFJ hold themselves to high standards of integrity and expect others to walk their talk. Hypocrisy, that is saying one thing and doing another, deeply offends them. They don't demand perfection, but they do value moral consistency. If someone preaches kindness but treats others poorly, that contradiction sticks with them. This dislike isn't judgmentalism, it's a reflection of their commitment to authenticity and alignment between values and actions. The INFJ cannot tolerate overstimulation. As introverts with strong sensory awareness, especially via their inferior, INFJ can easily become overwhelmed by too much noise, light, activity, or even emotional chaos. Crowded places, non-stop conversation, or high conflict environments are not sustainable for them. These conditions can lead to anxiety or emotional shutdown. It is important for INFJ to retreat and recharge. This isn't avoidance, it's essential maintenance for their mental and emotional clarity. INFJ don't open up easily, so when they trust someone enough to share their inner world, it's a big deal. Betraying that trust is one of the quickest ways to lose them. They remember emotional wounds vividly, often revisiting the why and how of a betrayal long after it happens. It's part of their reflective nature. Once betrayed, INFJ can forgive, but they rarely forget. Rebuilding the connection becomes a steep climb, if it's even possible. Although INFJ can be naturally giving and compassionate, they need their boundaries to be respected. They often struggle to assert them, but feel deeply violated when they're crossed. People who ignore emotional signals, overstep personal space, or demand too much time or energy can quickly wear them down. This is particularly true in close relationships where they may sacrifice too much and later feel depleted or resentful. Learning to uphold boundaries is key for INFJ well-being. INFJ are highly empathetic, often internalizing the pain of others. Witnessing cruelty, especially towards the vulnerable, can provoke a visceral response in them. They might stay quiet in the moment, but carry the emotional burden long after. It shakes their belief in humanity and justice. Many INFJ are advocates or defenders of the underdog for this reason. They cannot look the other way when injustice or cruelty is present. INFJ cannot tolerate lack of purpose. INFJ need the meaning. They need meaning like they need air. They cannot stand living or working in situations that feel directionless, hollow, or misaligned with their values. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or a lifestyle, if it lacks deeper purpose, INFJ will eventually disengage. They want to feel like their time and energy matter. This deep desire for purpose often fuels their creativity, writing, counseling, or activism. They don't chase money or status, they chase meaning. The INFJ, they cannot tolerate being misunderstood. Perhaps the most defining struggle of the INFJ is feeling misunderstood. Because they are complex, deep feeling, and often private, people may misread their intentions or emotions. This misunderstanding can be isolating. It makes INFJ feel invisible, even when they are surrounded by people who care. It matters because INFJ crave connection based on true understanding. When that is lacking, they may retreat inward, feeling alienated and alone. Why this matters? Understanding what INFJ can't tolerate isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about respecting their unique wiring. These intolerances reveal the inner life of an INFJ. They point to what INFJ value, that is honesty, empathy, integrity, peace, and purpose. Violating these principles doesn't just annoy INFJ, it wounds them deeply. So knowing these triggers helps INFJ advocate for themselves and help others build stronger, more respectful relationship with them. The INFJ rich inner world is full of insights, full of dreams and emotional complexity. It is no wonder that anything shallow, harmful, or misaligned feels toxic to them. When INFJs are in environments where their values are honored, they flourish. They are insightful, kind, visionary, and capable of great impact. But when constantly surrounded by things they can't tolerate, they may withdraw, shut down, or even burn out, leading to depression or a sense of lost identity. So even if you are not an INFJ, understanding their intolerances helps deepen empathy. Their boundaries often speak to universal human needs, that is safety, honesty, depth, and purpose. Their sensitivity isn't weakness, it's a compass. It points to where things are broken or unjust and asks for healing and change. By respecting what INFJ cannot tolerate, we all become a little more attuned, a little more compassionate, and a little more whole. Now, quickly, the things that INFJ cannot tolerate, number one is inauthenticity. Because INFJ, they thrive on deep, meaningful connections and a sense of emotional truth. So, when someone is fake or wearing a mask, INFJ tend to notice instantly. Again, INFJ cannot tolerate manipulation. They usually see manipulation from a mile away. Whether it's emotional blackmail, guilt tripping, or gaslighting, they despise it. Again, INFJ, they cannot tolerate surface level relationships. They also cannot tolerate hypocrisy. The INFJ, they cannot tolerate betrayal of trust. They don't open up easily. So when they trust someone enough to share the inner world, it's a big deal. And INFJs cannot tolerate being disrespected of their boundaries. And again, they cannot tolerate cruelty and bullying, or they need also purpose. They cannot tolerate lack of purpose. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.